Alright, what is up you guys, and welcome back to another video. I am yours truly, Vincent, and today's video is going to be a little bit different than the ones that I've been recording lately. Today's video is going to be a reaction video of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series that is dropping this March. Now, this is something that I am very, very excited for, that a lot of Star Wars fans are excited for, and I'm pretty sure that all of my subscribers who are Star Wars fans are going to love this video. They're going to love the content. They're going to love my reaction. Um, yeah. Um, Never mind. I thought I heard a bell. Never mind. But, yeah. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, this isn't the first time I've seen this trailer. I watched little tidbits of it when I got home from school today, but the majority of it I haven't seen. So, let's get right into it. Okay, that's Tatooine right there. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to mention that I was going to break down this video as well. So, throughout this, we're going to pause it, and I'm going to go through the trailer and point out little details and everything, and maybe zoom in if I'm able to, which I can't, but I can zoom into fill, which is gonna increase the details. And what I can do is I can go into my settings here, and if it's not gonna lag out my phone, I can put it on 1080p, which is really gonna bump up the quality here. But we're gonna break down the video first. I'm gonna pause throughout, break down the video, point out little tidbits here and there, and then after which I'm going to play the video cleanly. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to play the video, and y'all can break it down on your own accord from there, because there are probably going to be some things that I've missed. So in this shot right here, there's a lot of details to go over. If I can move my little recording thing over to the top right, we can see that there's Mos Espa. This looks like Mos Espa. If you guys watched the Book of Boba Fett, or The Mandalorian, or the original trilogy, y'all will know Mos Espa pretty well. It's this really big trading outpost in Tatooine. But we can see there's this little camel-looking, whatever the heck this is. There's its owner. There's some, what look to be Indian Arab people. I don't know. But there's not much to go on here. There's not much detail. So let's continue.
The fight is done. We lost.
And you can hear Obi-Wan in the background saying the fight is done, we've lost. Now what he means by the fight is done, we've lost, is that this story takes place after Revenge of the Sith. After Anakin's burning on Mustafar, after Order 66, after all the Jedi have been purged except for him, Yoda. Yeah, except for him and Yoda. Yoda's out on Dagobah. You know? Obi-Wan's here on Tatooine. And if you remember in Revenge of the Sith, Yoda gave Obi-Wan some training, and Yoda said, take care of this boy. You need to take care of him, which was Luke. You need to take care of Luke. You need to make sure that he grows up into this fine boy, because we know that he's probably Force sensitive, being Anakin's son. So, take care of him, and that's what he's been doing for the past years. Not only that, but Obi-Wan probably has extreme PTSD from the 3 years that he spent fighting with his troopers, from the 3 years that he spent with Anakin. Not only that, but what's going to cause severe psychological damage to Obi-Wan's psyche is the fact that he cut Anakin's legs off. He saw him burn. He heard him scream out as he's burning and saying, I hate you. I hate you. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. You're lost, and he saw his brother, his man, his best friend turn against him. And this is going to really affect Obi-Wan in the series, I think, later. And what I think we're going to see here is we're going to see him having some nightmares about Order 66, some nightmares about Anakin. We're probably going to hear some of Darth Vader. Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen is actually going to be back to reprise the role of Anakin slash Darth Vader. So I'm very Excited to see Hayden Christensen back, and I'm really, really happy to see him and Ewan McGregor work on another production together because it's been, gosh, 9, 10, 11, 12 years since I've seen them work together, and this is going to be really exciting to see them work together again. Let me increase the brightness here on my phone. But yeah, that's it for me talking about that. I'm sorry if this video is dragging out for so long, but let's continue. Okay, and this scene right here, the kid that's doing the whole steering wheel thing with the goggles on. Now, I have two theories. Two theories. This is either Anakin when he's really young and he's over here with the goggles on playing in a freaking speeder, because as you know, in The Phantom Menace, Anakin loved speeder racing. Anakin loved pod racing. Not speeder racing, but pod racing. Pod racing and speeder racing are two different things. But he loved pod racing. And if you remember in The Phantom Menace, he did that big race in Kessel Run. But I have two theories. This is either Anakin when he's really young, or this is Luke. Because if I can backtrack a bit here.
We lost.
You can see that there are two people here in this scene, judging by their clothing. That's either Anne and Beru Lars, or that is Bail Organa and Beru. I can't really tell though. But let's continue.
Stay hidden.
And there's Obi-Wan himself. Yes, I was so excited when I first saw this. Like, seeing Obi-Wan here is, mind-blowing, because after watching the Clone Wars, and I'm almost done with the Clone Wars, after watching and almost finishing the Clone Wars and seeing the adventures that him and Anakin went through during those 3 years of the Galactic Republic, and then going back and watching Revenge of the Sith again, and seeing Anakin turn against Obi-Wan, and seeing Anakin slowly transform into Darth Vader, that was really heartfelt, and it really tugged at my heartstrings, because after watching the Clone Wars for years and going back and watching Revenge of the Sith again, it really hits different. But here you can see Obi-Wan. He looks a lot older. He looks a lot more tired, more worn, because you can imagine the crap that he's been through, having to go through 3 years of war, having to basically, from what he knows, kill his best friend, having witnessed the death of Padme Amidala right there. He was right there. He was right there holding Luke and Leia. He was right there when she eventually died. So you can imagine the crap that he's gone through from that point on. Oh my god! Yes! And you can see here, okay, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff in this scene right here that I want to go over. Okay, so you can see they brought back Duel of the Fates. I'm so freaking happy that they freaking brought this back. And what I'm hoping that the people at Disney do is that they bring that back when we see maybe Obi-Wan and Maul duel later. When we see maybe one of the Inquisitors duel Obi-Wan, or we see, this really big duel between these two main characters. We hear Duel of the Fates. I would really love to hear that song in this new series, because hearing that again as these lightsabers are clashing, as these guys are trying to kill each other, it's really going to hit home for me, because it's been years since I've seen The Phantom Menace. And I know The Phantom Menace is not everybody's favorite Star Wars movie, but I liked it. I liked it. And I know you guys can hate on me in the comments, but I liked it. And hearing Duel of the Fates again in a duel between maybe Obi-Wan and the Grand Inquisitor would be really, really cool. And you can see that there is this really dark, kind of Sith-looking ship. I'm assuming that this is Imperial. I'm assuming that this is an Imperial vessel, and you notice that this ship is not like a TIE Reaper. It's not a bomber. It's not a fighter. It's not any of those aircraft. This is not carrying troops. This is carrying either high profile elite troops, dark troopers, maybe the Inquisitors, maybe the Emperor himself, maybe Darth Vader. We don't know. We don't know what this ship is carrying. We don't know anything about it yet, and we'll have to wait until another trailer drops to find that information out. But you can see that they are flying over water, and it looks, from what I'm looking at from the water, it looks like the entire planet's covered in water, so maybe this is Camino. But having this on Camino really doesn't make sense, because if you've seen the Bad Batch, you'll know that one of the Imperial officers, they brought all of the Venator class destroyers down onto Tapoka City, and he ordered them to fire on the city, and the city was completely destroyed. And yes, the Bad Batch survived. If you've seen the Bad Batch, you'll know that they survived, and they're fine. Crosshair did not join the Bad Batch. He did not decide to go back with them when Hunter gave him the choice. Hey, you can come with us. We'll reform you. And Crosshair was like, nope, I want to go be with the Imperials. So maybe, I've got a hunch, maybe this is Crosshair. Maybe this is Crosshair. We don't know yet. We don't know who's on the ship. We'll have to find out later. Jedi. And you can see here, as the camera pans up, it looks like a castle. I can see there's like these red markings on it. It looks like the castle, it looks like the bottom part and the top part separate, and they open and close via a machine, maybe. But I don't know what this is. Now I'm looking at it even more clearly. I can see TIE fighters on the top racks. So this is probably a hangar for some of the Imperial pilots that are stationed here. And it's probably maybe this headquarters for a really elite person or people.
This patience.
Whoa, let's go back.
The key to hunting Jedi. This patience.
Now that voice, that is either Sidious, Darth Sidious, or that is this guy right here. This man is so freaking scary looking, bro. He looks like Pinhead from Hellraiser. I'm telling you right now. He looks like Pinhead from Hellraiser. And if you haven't seen Hellraiser yet, don't watch it until you're my age. It's not for kids. But this looks like the Grand Inquisitor. If you've seen Star Wars Rebels or you've played... The Grand Inquisitor wasn't in Jedi Fallen Order, so that's irrelevant. But if you've seen Star Wars Rebels, like my good friend Rising Republic has, I'm shouting him out right now. Go check out his YouTube channel, Rising Republic. I love you, man. Keep making videos. Keep on trucking. You'll get to 1,000 subscribers eventually. We both will. But this man, I believe, is the Grand Inquisitor himself. Now, if you've seen Rebels, you'll be familiar with the Grand Inquisitor. And I strongly believe that this man, is the Grand Inquisitor.
Jedi cannot help what they are.
And right here, I missed a couple shots, but if we go back...
This patience. Jedi.
And you can see that this thing, now that I've seen those other shots, this looks like a prisoner of war transport of some sort. I don't know.
Cannot help what they...
And you can see that Obi-Wan has obviously either been captured or he's being taken somewhere. It looks like he's been captured with quite a few men and one alien, I see. He's been either captured or he's going somewhere that we don't know about yet.
They are.
And you can see right here in this shot, okay, if you've played Jedi Fallen Order, you'll know about the world Dur. D-U-R. Dur. I know it sounds weird, but it's called Dur. Um, so if you remember on the last mission in Jedi Fallen Order, um, there's this really big imperial citadel. It's called, I think it's the Inquisitor's Castle or something like that. I don't know. I forgot the name. But if you'll know that Cal Kestis, your player character, goes in there, he kills a bunch of stormtroopers. He eventually ends up fighting, uh, not Sierra, but one of the female Inquisitors. Darth Vader jumps down from his platform, slashes her across the back, kills her, and then Cal floods part of the channel that he's in. Darth Vader tries to hold the water back, and he leaves. I strongly believe that because this room looks like it's underwater, I strongly believe that this building that we're seeing right here is the Imperial Castle, is the castle that we've seen in Jedi Fallen Order. Because if you remember, before Cal Kestis jumps down into the water, there's this really big tower. There's this big tower that spans upwards. Like, it goes from under the water down where it's anchored all the way up. And I believe that that area in Jedi Fallen Order is the same thing right here.
The key to hunting Jedi.
I believe that that is the Imperial Castle. I believe that that is another part of it. I believe that this is the surface part of it where the fighters can dock and everything. And I believe that this part right here is under the water. And you can see that there is this black lady. She is definitely she's definitely a Inquisitor. You can see that there are 2 stormtroopers guarding the area. And you can see that there are another 2 Inquisitors with their special unique lightsabers on their backs. But these 3 are Inquisitors, and they're probably discussing how they're gonna capture or kill the other Jedi, or how they're gonna round up the last. I can't speak. The last of the Jedi. But this is probably, I assume, the Imperial Castle that we've seen in Jedi Fallen Order.
Their compassion.
And you can see that she has just finished.
Jedi cannot help what they are.
And you can see that in this shot, there's this guy, and he's levitating off of the ground. Now, if you know a man wearing boots like that, no offense to the Tatooineans, but I don't think a guy like that's force sensitive. So I think somebody has just finished force choking him, and he's gonna die later. I don't know.
Passion.
And you can see that that is the same lady. We can see her a lot more clearly now. We can see her features a lot more clearly now. She's clearly got braided hair and everything, and she's got the whole Inquisitor outfit going and everything. She looks really cool, but she's going to end up being a butthole later in the story because she's a bad guy. I guarantee you. I'm going to probably end up liking her at first, but then she's probably just going to turn out to be a complete booty hole. I don't know. But let's continue.
Leaves a trail.
And I will tell you this, I don't know who that character is yet. Just throwing that out there, I don't know who this character is yet. And you can see that she is... This is either Corellia or Coruscant, judging by the landscape. It looks more like Corellia than Coruscant. Because, Corellia is the place where Han Solo's from. It's really nitty-gritty city-type planet. But you can see it's the same Inquisitor. She looks like she's kneeling down on this roof, probably looking for something. And you can see that there's some wording in Arabesh on the top here. Again, I don't know what that says.
The Jedi code is like an it.
And there's an Imperial officer. Now, she's speed walking wherever she's going, so we don't know who this Imperial officer is yet, but I do know that she is low ranking, judging by her squares on her chest there. But all I know is that she is an Imperial officer. And you can see that there is another Inquisitor, and she looks like she's looking at some of the common folk, probably interrogating them, asking them where Obi-Wan Kenobi is, or where Grandmaster Yoda is. Maybe. I don't know.
He cannot help it.
And there's this really weird robot-looking dude looking at the stormtrooper. I don't know what this is. Probably a police robot. But I don't know.
Where is he?
Ooh! And then you've got this guy right here. Now, you can see that he's ignited probably both ends of his lightsaber. And what these lightsabers can do is you can have the hilt at one end, but the disc part can spin. So he's over here spinning his lightsaber, and he's asking this guy right here where Obi-Wan Kenobi is. He's like, where is he? Where's Obi-Wan? You know, he needs to know. And I assume that this guy's going to get impaled because he's not going to resist. He's not going to tell the Inquisitor where Obi-Wan is, so he's just going to get, you know, dead. Between Darkness, okay, and you can see that there is yet another Inquisitor being led by a squad of, it looks like, 3, 6, 7 stormtroopers. He's obviously going after someone. Ooh, and then there's this guy, which we've seen him a couple times throughout the trailer. I assume that he is a Jedi Padawan or Knight, and you can see that she's getting ready to fight him. She's got her lightsaber ignited and everything, and this scene looks clean. Alright, so we've got our date, May 25th. Mark this down on your calendars, boys, because this is going to be awesome. It's a limited series, streaming May 25th on Disney Plus exclusively. You're not going to get this anywhere else except for Disney Plus. So if you have it, I encourage you to watch this if you're a Star Wars fan. And if you saw the title sequence as the dust was settling, and you can see the Obi-Wan Kenobi thing, you can hear Darth Vader's breathing as it slowly fades into black and the Disney Plus logo comes up. This is definitely foreshadowing for events later to come. Now I'm gonna rewind the trailer and let y'all watch this on your own accord, because I guarantee you there's got to be some details that I missed, and y'all can probably break it down better than I did. And plus, I felt like I talked way too much during this. I feel like I talk way too much throughout all my videos, but that's just me. I like to talk. But I'm going to rewind this video and let y'all watch it. And let me know if there's anything that I missed down in the comments below.
The fight is done. We lost. Stay hidden. The key to hunting Jedi is patience. Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail. The Jedi code is like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he?
That's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. You can tell you can tell by my voice. When this trailer dropped yesterday, I dropped everything and went to go watch this because I was so excited for this. You know, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys share the same love for this series as I do already. But mark this on your calendars, May 25th. Like I said earlier, if you like Star Wars, I encourage you to go watch this. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I will see y'all on the flip side. Take care.